So today I will be talking about Donald Trump's birth chart. Since Donald Trump is such an important figure in today's world, he's also one of the most controversial people, definitely. And since I have some insights from astrology about how he's thinking, what's important to him, and yeah, what's he here to do basically. Um, I have definitely learned to, well, at least accept the situation much better and understand why he's in office and also what to expect from him being in office. So I thought I'll share the insights. So, yeah, basically that's his chart. If anyone can read that, then yeah, he's got Leo rising, very late Leo rising with Mars on the ascendant. That's one of the most obvious things that any astrologer will tell you is that Donald Trump has Mars in Leo right on the ascendant. Essentially, he looks like Mars in Leo, which means uh, like a warrior who wants to be a king, to be put blunt, to put bluntly. And another interesting thing is that not only is this Mars in Leo and the ascendant being in Leo, it's in a nakshatra called Ma MAGA. So he's a MAGA rising. MAGA is a nakshatra, which literally is about inherited power. So it's about forefathers. So a lot of people with this placement have some power they've gotten from their parents or mostly on the father's side. So Donald Trump is famous for the line of a small loan of $1 million that he took from his father. He didn't grow in a poor, didn't grow up in the hills, basically. So, and the funny thing, of course, with that is that MAGA is his slogan. So it's, yeah, kind of baked into his persona, almost. That's just quite a funny note. Mars and Leo in the first house, this just shows that he's a bit of a fighter. He doesn't like to be gentle. He doesn't like people to be gentle to him. There's nothing inherently bad or good about it. That's just his personality. Good for some things. Wartime leadership, for sure. Peacetime leadership, not so much. So, yeah, that's one of the most prominent things in his chart. Another thing that's really telling to me is that he has Moon here with Ketu right opposite Sun. So this Sun and Moon are 180 degrees apart. They're right opposite each other and they fall on the lunar nodes, which means basically that he was born on an eclipse, on a lunar eclipse. But that's not something that happens often, right? Basically, he was born a few hours, I believe, after an eclipse. No, before an eclipse. And he basically, what eclipse means, it's something that comes suddenly, unexpectedly, and can throw your whole world around. So when Trump came to office, when he came to run for president and actually won the presidency, he, well, was a bit of a shock, like an eclipse, just all of a sudden it goes dark. And with, lunar eclipse, it's different vibe. It's a blood moon eclipse, which is also quite interesting. That I'm not sure he was born during a blood moon eclipse, but lunar eclipses do create blood moons if they're happening in full. Basically, if it was visible from the US or not, that's the question. Regardless, he's sort of living a life that's very karmic, destined, and he has a very strong sort of fate that has put him in the office. It's not something that was sort of his creation or something. It's predestined in a way. And that moon is in a Mula nakshatra. So Mula is one of the more painful nakshatras. It's about uprooting, about lies, about showing lies, just exposing lies. Trump is of course famous for calling out fake news. That doesn't mean that he's right or wrong. It just says a moon means that he has this affinity towards this topic of exposing, of showing what's underneath. He's supposed to do that with Epstein files. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, I'm not sure if he's on there or not. In a, let's say, reputation destructive, with some reputation destructive actions, or with some, like, he's on there for some things, I understand, but yeah, that's still unsure. Now, one thing I wanted to say, because he has such a late ascendant, there's a little bit of debate if he's perhaps born a Virgo rising. Not so much among Western astrologers, but there's, using some predictive techniques, he had big career moments exactly on the 2 days that he got into president. If he had Leo rising, he wouldn't have had those, wouldn't have expected those to be on those days with the Virgo rising, so most likely he's a Leo rising. Now but yeah, so more about that Mula. So Mula is about uprooting, and an astrology teacher says that if a person with Mula nakshatra, prominent Mula nakshatra, comes into power, they're there to destroy the system, basically. They're not there to build something up, they're there to pull something down. And especially because it's such a karmic thing with this eclipse, it shows that he's there, to pull whatever has been going on in the US government system, he'll pull it down. He is not the president during which things will prosper. He is the president during which we might get rid of the let's say, dysfunctional systems that have been leading the US government, the US people, into worse and worse mental health state. And with more and more uncertainty, so he's there, he's not gonna fix things. That's his attempt, that Mars on the ascendant shows he's a fixer, he likes to fix things, including himself. He's not someone that, will just roll with the... anyway, he's not someone who just stroll through life without changing himself. But yeah, that does show that it's not gonna be an easy time. It's he was actually the president when COVID struck, I believe, or he was president. Yeah, he was president, I think, early on. I don't actually remember, but yeah, that's also one of those subjects that COVID is like every Mula subject. It's just coming from underneath, and it's related to roots and medicine and disease. So anyway, that's one of the interesting things. Now, that moon is the only planet that's outside of his lunar node axis. So every other planet here shows, these are the planets of basically predestined karma, because, and the moon, his emotional side, his natural desires, I guess, what's pulling him emotionally, inner child, is the thing that's given him some free will. A lot of the things he's doing is just kind of, he's going through the patterns, through the motions, and yeah, the moon just shows that he does have he's a bit of an emotional person that can make decisions based on how he feels. and that can be strange, especially for a politician. But yeah, that sun there in the 11th shows that he wants to lead. He's enthusiastic about leading. He's not someone that just wants to stay back. He wants to be seen. He wants to get fame. He wants to get recognition. He wants to, take the charge and move forward. That's just kind of the energy. And with the North Node there, it's just also that he's not that well aware of what he's doing exactly. He's learning through the process. He's learning to be a leader. He's got a powerful chart. Definitely, he's not someone who's let's say new to this earth. This soul has been around for a while, but there's some hard lessons to be learned in this lifetime, and I'm sure there's still to come. So yeah, that's the troublesome thing about this moon is that it's with Ketu and there's no planet next to it, which basically means that he doesn't have connection to his emotions. He doesn't have a way to really connect with the world through his emotional self. So a lot of these people who have this, then the Ketu also shows that he's withdrawn on his emotional side. He's not showing his emotions. He's hiding them a lot. He grew up in an environment, in a family where he couldn't, so that's what he's doing. And the troublesome thing about that is that he's not, he has to basically focus from the mental side and choose, mentally what he'll do. Now, the interesting thing is he has a super strong sun. So if, using some Vedic techniques, we can evaluate how strong the planet is. He has one of the strongest suns I have seen. And he has a weak Saturn. I'll get to that later. But the strong sun basically shows that he has a very strong sense of what he needs to do, his soul path, not his personal life, personal path. His soul path is hugely important in his life, and that includes becoming the president. That's very, very important for him. And he wants to do the right thing. That's an interesting thing about it. He wants to do the right thing. Now the question is, does he understand what's the right thing? But he's very much willing to go through hardships. He has strong Mars, Sun, and he has a somewhat positive Saturn even though it's weak, which shows that he can, with the hard things in life, he's good. He knows how to work through the hard things in life. He doesn't know how to work through the easy, harmonious, beneficial things in life. Relationships, learning, like just emotional connection with people, just or just in general being emotionally fulfilled. For him, he's more of a stranger to that. So again, wartime president, great. Peacetime president, not so great. So especially knowing that in the US there will be some indications that the war will be happening, some sort of war, some sort of civil unrest will be taking place over the next 6 years, basically. Then Trump kind of reflecting on the same pattern here, that he's in the office. So yeah, that's an interesting thing. And then aside to him that we don't get to see so much recently, but something that brought him to fame, something that is quite essential to his character, is his artistic side. Now, he's not an artist in the sense of painting, creating beautiful visuals, or even beautiful speech. He's got placements. First of all, his moon, just these three planets here in the 12th house are all lords or symbolizing art, talent, creativity, um, the fact that people enjoy his work. And they're in the 12th house, which is not as practical. So his output in terms of uh, what the art does is not tangible as much. And one of the more literal symbolisms is the Trump Tower. So Trump Tower is, in a way, a work of art. It's a very grandiose, you may not like it, but it's quite unique, at least it was in its time. And yeah, the 12th house is also something that's towering over us. So he's got like these three planets that indicate um, basically um, talent. Well, not all of them, but anyway, there's like some talent indications there in the 12th house. So yeah, that's and then he has this fifth lord in the third, which shows his creativity and talent are connected, and he's got this Jupiter in Libra, which shows that he knows how to create pleasant things. He likes to create. He's not someone that just is here to destroy things. But yeah, let's see how much of the opportunity for that he gets in the presidency. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. But yeah, he has this. He has some nice creativity side. So he has written a book, or at least uh, it's been. He's the author officially of a book called The Art of the Deal. So that's his type of art. It's about how to make a good deal. His and this shows that this is also because it's also his moon is in a place which shows he's kind of got this emotional affinity of being arts knowing. He likes to know crafts, and his craft that he is focused on is sales and the deal. So that is actually kind of important to him. He's not here to make this Palestine peace deal and Ukraine Russian peace deal in the terms of like some sort of for a show. He's doing it because he genuinely wants to be a good deal maker. He wants to see how to make these kind of deals too. Um, so that's very positive sign that it's personally important to him as well. That means we can rely on him going through with it, until he's basically personally satisfied. It's not one of those things that, he manages to sort of say, the deal was sort of made. Uh, it's also important for him to actually feel that the deal was good, not just that it looks good. So that's yeah. Can expect some more deal making in the office still in the coming years. We'll see how well he does there. I mean, obviously he took on some hard challenges. Pretty sure he wasn't aware of what he was getting into with the Russian-Ukrainian side. But we'll see. He has potential, I will say. He does have potential for that, and we'll see if he succeeds or not. Now, yeah, one indication is that he has this weak Saturn there in the 12th house. That just kind of shows that he's not someone to turn off or relax. He doesn't drink alcohol, for example, which is sometimes people with stronger, more prominent Saturns might do to slow down. With weaker Saturn, people just can't kind of live with their limitations. They want to break their limitations, even if it destroys them and other people. So that's kind of like, definitely he's not an easy person. It's not gonna be a calm time. It's not gonna be a relaxed time. At any time he's gonna be in the office, there's something gonna be happening. But yeah, that's sort of a minor detail to his ruling. Now, he also has some yogas or combinations, which Vedic astrology that shows that, yeah, he has this sort of desire not to be an employee, not to be under someone's, not to work under someone, want to be like self-employed. Well, presidency is so, but we'll see. It's not a very strong combination in the sense of like a lot of people have it. So that's, but yeah, he does show that he has this ambition again to be not limited or constricted from outside. And he also has an interesting thing. He has got fire rising, fire moon, and air sign sun. All of them are masculine signs. And he's born during the day, so the sun was over the horizon. And that shows that he's got this Mahabhagya yoga, which predicts great fortune. Basically, he has got these masculine qualities sort of well integrated. He's a masculine guy. And yeah, he's got all like 4 factors indicating masculinity in there. Yeah, this just sort of shows harmony in masculine activities. Doesn't mean the family life will be good or anything, but his career side will probably prosper, as we have seen, of course. So yeah, he's also got I haven't marked it here, but Uranus, a planet of transformation and unique individuality, is exactly in a trine from Jupiter. So it's in the 9th from Jupiter, so that's here. So it's near the Sun somewhat, but it's very exactly trine to Jupiter. And that shows that he has this philosophies, belief systems, let's say, yeah, how he finds joy. That's very unique to him. The traditions, he doesn't really follow them. He's not really against them, but he kind of creates his own like thing. So with the MAGA, he's also turned it around in a bit of a different way than Reagan did, for example, which, you know, I believe it was from Reagan originally. And yeah, that's something quite interesting there. Yeah, and yeah, one more thing. The eclipse that he was born on was part of an eclipse series, which started with an eclipse where it was a Gemini ascendant with Sun, Mars, and Rahu right on it. Now, Gemini ascendant, as we know, is, well, Gemini rather, is a place where Uranus and Mars are in the US chart. So, what I take, and Sun and Mars being there too, he's gonna be involved in that. He's destined to be involved in whatever war US engages in the next 6 years. He has got a very strong synastry with the US chart. There's a lot of combinations. I might make another video on that, in fact, because it's really important for he's not some he's a hugely important character for the US, just throughout history, perhaps, you know, comparable to people like Abraham Lincoln and George Washington. Like he's not someone that we will forget for centuries, for sure. What it will mean, that's a good question. I have to still look into that, what's to be expected. The thing is, with Uranus being the activating force of all this chaos in the US, Uranus is the planet which brings a lot of unexpected stuff, new stuff, things you couldn't think about, things where like, wow, this is new, this is a new way to do it, this is something unique. So it will come out of left field, probably. It's a bit hard to predict exactly. What I can say is so much that it's very likely that this period of turmoil, of chaos, uncertainty, will be followed by better times, because US, let's be honest, has been struggling, not in economic sense, even economic sense actually. If you measure, if you take inflation into account, people have been struggling. Now Trump is not here going to fix this. I'm not sure if he's going to be in office in 7 years. There's a things can happen. Technically, he shouldn't be, right, but who knows? There's definitely a possibility. There's definitely going to be a team, or it will be up in air whether he might continue as president beyond his second term, and whether it will go through or not, that's another question. But yeah, that sort of liberation from this old stagnation, polarization, and a new path, a new vision, a new way to move forward, that will be something we'll get to enjoy in the 2030s. Not within this decade, though. Within this decade, lots of exciting times. Maybe too exciting. We'll see. I have no idea how hard the war will be. There's definitely indications that the war will be nothing like the Second World War. In the Second World War, Pluto was out of bounds in the southern hemisphere. Basically, this has been time of tyranny, and top-down constriction. Now Pluto will be out of bounds on the other side. It will never be, or it won't be out of bounds on the southern side again for like 800 years, I think, or even longer. It will be out of bounds on the northern side within this time, intermittently. So that was much more. That has been related much more with liberating times, with power of people. Not communism was not power of people. Let's be honest. Like the Soviet Union was as if for the people, but reality, yeah, it was a tyranny. China, same way, dictatorial. So there's definitely positive indications. I'm not concerned in terms of yeah, it's not gonna be like this hugely troublesome, like huge, like traumatic period in world history like the World War II was. But it will certainly not be an easy time. It will be a wartime. Yeah, and lots of uncertainty. There will be losses, but yeah, for sure, there's indications that it's for the better. That it's going to remove the structures that have no longer worked, that have been oppressive. It's going to give us a new way forward that we cannot yet see. But yeah, I might go into that in another video. So that was Trump, and yeah, I hope this has helped you understand and know what to expect from him.